Greetings, love bugs. Here is the reading for the week of February 21st. So the reading begins off with me, your querent, and how I'm feeling, and I'm feeling magical. Our second card is you. And you in regards to the conflict that you have been facing. Temptation, sirens. Let me tell you about the personality of the sirens. So the sirens were friends with the goddess Persephone. They used to keep her company and sing with her and sing to her. And then, Persephone came up missing, and the sirens were charged with Demeter, Persephone's mother, for finding them. So she gave them these bodies and wings like birds so they could fly around and look for Persephone. But after a while, they gave up and just started chilling on the island. Demeter got so upset with them that she cursed them that they would sing the most beautiful songs to people. And when people would be lured into their voices and into their power, they'd kill them. So they were lovely yet deadly. That's your personality this week, that you are lovely, but you're deadly. And what's so deadly about you is that you can be so alluring. There are so many people who will be attracted to your cause. But you might be the one who falls off track or lose sight of your goals. So be sure in this week that you're mindful of that, of your own personality, of your own possibility and potential of being off track. The next card, Kuan Yin, compassion. She represents the crossing, the conflict that you are actually having. Your compassion is so strong, love bug. Your compassion is so strong for other people, though. I am going to need you to turn that compassion inward. Have compassion for yourself, because having compassion for yourself will allow you to have even more compassion for the people. Forgive yourself. So that way that will allow you to have the strength to forgive the people around you and in your world who have maybe wronged you in the past. But have compassion for yourself and be gentle with yourself. Treat yourself the way you're treating other people, because I just have this strong, strong feeling that you pour more love and compassion into the people around you or into the world than you do into self, and give yourself a hard time. So that is the conflict. The conflict is caring for the world, being for the people, loving the people, and loving yourself. And it's not a choice. And I think you think it's a choice that you have to choose between you and the people. Even if the people are your kids or your family, your community. You don't have to choose between the two. As a matter of fact, you need to put yourself first. Start having compassion and love and forgiveness for yourself, and watch it spread and permeate around you. Our next card, Ixchel, release. This card represents the foundation to illustrate the basic foundation of the problem. What's the real basis of the problem or the issue, the conflict that you're facing? It's your inability to release. You have to let go of that which no longer serves you, and you know exactly what doesn't serve you anymore. You know exactly what habits don't serve you anymore. You know exactly what people don't serve being in your life anymore. You know exactly what needs to be released. You know what patterns need to be released. I want to encourage you in this week, if you want to solve the conflict that has really been bothering you lately, is to just go ahead and release. I know you're afraid, because sometimes we think that releasing something means that we won't have it. releasing the person, releasing control. We have to surrender and release all those things. We have to let go and let God, as they say. Let go and let the universe do its work. Anything that's for you will be yours. And as long as you hold on to what is not yours and what is not for you, you will suffer. So let's move on to the past. This is how the past has influenced the current situation. Your need for protection, not protection, but perfection. Your desire for perfection. You're seeking perfection in others. You're seeking perfection in the experiences. You're seeking perfection in your business, in your relationships. First and foremost, love bug, let me let you know that you are perfect. So stop seeking imperfections out in yourself, because that's what you've been doing. In your quest for perfection, all you have sought out is your imperfections and the imperfections in everything and everyone around you. That is what has kept you back. It's what's holding you back. That's probably the thing that you need to release, is your idea of perfection. We have allowed society to illustrate to us, or illustrate or demonstrate, and I can't even say demonstrate, it's a false demonstration of perfection. We see a false demonstration of perfection on television, on social media, all around, and we have been taught and led to believe that we also need to fulfill that level of perfection that does not exist. Everyone's perfection is their own. Your perfection cannot be compared to anybody else's perfection, because then one of you will look imperfect. So in the past, you have compared your perfection to someone else's. Perfect what you're doing. Stop focusing on the other people. Otherwise, this past idea of perfection, of what things should look like, what things should feel like, how things should play out, is going to hold you back, love bug. So let's look at what is going on presently. Presently, we have hope. We have hope. Hope just keeps coming up for two reasons. One, to remind us to continue to have hope, to remind us that change gonna come. We have to remember that hope is something that comes from the inside, not from the outside. We also have to remember that hope requires action. So whatever it is that you're hoping for, start acting like it exists. Start working towards it. Don't just sit there and hope for it to land in your lap. You have to hope for it and work towards it. Meet it halfway. Meet your desires halfway. Meet your future self halfway. Meet the person that you really have become to be halfway. Everything that you desire is waiting on you, love bug. You just got to meet it halfway. So keep having hope, but put in the action. Continue to put in the action, because you've been doing it. This card is telling me I'm feeling the spirit and the energy that you have been hopeful. And that a part of you is starting to feel like you're giving up. You're starting to feel hopeless in this certain situation. And I want to encourage you not to be hopeless, to continue to have hope and know that the situation is going to change. Now, the situation may not change how you want it to be, but know that it is going to change, and have hope in that, and continue to work towards that which you hope for. You're doing the right thing. You're on the right track. Just keep doing it, okay? Don't give up. Do not give up. So, the future. These are the forces that will affect the outcome. And what a beautiful force to be with us. The goddess Isis. That means we are protected. We are protected, love bug. You are protected. So go forth in whatever it is that you're doing. Keep doing it. Whatever it is that you're hoping for, go ahead and take the action and know that you are protected. Know that you are protected, and know that you, just as you are protected, everyone around you is protected. So you no longer need to protect the people in your life. You no longer need to protect your intellectual property. You no longer need to protect whoever it is that you have been feeling like you needed to protect. That's part of what you may need to release. So not only releasing your past idea of perfection, but also release your idea that you are the protector. You are not, love bug. You are the protected. And if you are the protected, anyone connected to you falls under that same protection. It's time for you to operate under that protection. It's time for you to operate knowing that you and all of yours are protected. Everything connected to you is under divine protection. I know some of the situations in your life may not look like it, and you're looking like this is protection. This is protection. Rejection is protection. So there are going to be some situations that come about, some doors that you knock on that you are expecting for them to open and invite you in. They're going to open the door, but they're not going to let you in, and that's okay. Because rejection is protection. Rejection is the universe's protection of you. That wasn't the door for you to go through. I know you really were desiring to go through that door. You really were desiring that certain experience or certain outcome of a past experience or a current experience. But that's part of that release. We got to release our attachment to outcomes because we are protected and everything is always going to work out for us. It always has and it always will, and it is in the now. Things are working out perfectly for you. You may not know it. You may not be able to recognize it in the here and now. But love bug, you are under divine protection. You are part of the sacred collective. And in that, the power will always protect you in all that you do. Now, I can't say it's going to protect you when you're doing some dumb stuff, but it might, because, you know, the universe look out for babies and food. So when you're doing something foolish, the universe still is trying to protect you from yourself sometimes. So know that there are going to be some things that you want to do that you won't be able to do because the universe is also trying to protect you from you. The universe may even be trying to protect the people that you're trying to protect from you. Because your protection might even be coming off as overbearance. There is a such thing as overprotection. Is there something that you're being overprotective of? Is there someone or some people that you're being overprotective of? Are you being overprotective of your ideas? You don't have to be. Because you are protected. You are protected. Yes, look up that ASMR Janae Aiko and listen to that. Because you are protected, love bug. So our next card takes us to yourself. And you're wondering what's the difference between yourself and you? First of all, is it ironic that Persephone is representing yourself, where the sirens are representing you, and these two hang out together? Persephone, yourself, your self-image, how you see you. Persephone lives part of her time in hell with Hades and part of her time above the earth with her mother. The reason this is because she made a decision, or she got a little comfortable in an uncomfortable place. And because of that, she now has to go back and forth between being comfortable and uncomfortable. See, Persephone represents cycles. And cycles are okay. We have our own personal cycles. So there are going to be winters in our life. There's going to be spring, summers, and falls. And we have to accept them all. We have to accept the uncomfortable times in our life just as well as we accept the comfortable times. So Persephone, my dear, is still in alignment with your inner self, because this is your inner self. I want you to trust that you're on the right path. And how you see yourself is how you are. I know that sometimes you don't see yourself as you are, and you're thinking that you're not as good as you are, but you are, and you are enough. You have to allow yourself ebb and flow. You have to know that your best is going to change from day to day, week to week, month to month, from season to season, from cycle to cycle. So accept your natural cycles. Pay attention to them. Recognize them so that way you can work with them and they can become your strengths. So when you are ebbing and not flowing, you know how to take advantage of ebb time. So you're probably wondering, well, how does everybody else see you? This is how people see you. People see you as abundant. People see you as having your stuff together. People see you having everything flourishing. People know that even if you don't have the abundance that you're looking for now, they see it coming to you. So I hope you see it too. Sometimes people can see things that we can't see in ourselves. Have you ever had someone compliment you about some type of skill or talent that you have and you had never really recognized it within yourself or not recognized it to that degree? It's because sometimes we can't see the forest for the trees, speaking of the green man. You are the forest, and you are the trees. You are the abundance, and everybody sees it. I hope you now will start seeing it in yourself and start paying attention more to how abundant your environment is and how your environment is looking at you, because you are. They see the real you. They know. They even see past what's lacking in you or around you. See it for yourself. Our next card addresses our strongest hopes and fears. So we obviously know this is a fear. You're afraid of the competition. But for what? There is no competition. The real competition is you and your best self. So outdo yourself. You're afraid of conflict. Conflict is okay. Don't be afraid of conflict. Conflict comes sometimes so that way things can be cleared away. Sometimes conflict brings clarity. As a matter of fact, it almost always brings clarity. Now, that doesn't mean that it doesn't bring calamity with it. But confusion always leaves clarity behind. It's like a hurricane coming through. It messes everything up and settles things into a new place and allows people to rebuild sometimes. See, the thing is, war has always been looked at as something negative, but war is not necessarily negative. For those of you who are into economics, we know that war is good for the economy. War gives people jobs because there's other people away. War creates jobs because there are things that need to be created for the war to support the war. So know that war is not bad. Battle is not bad. Conflict is not bad. It's a part of life. It's a part of what we have to go through. It's a part of who we are. If we're going to have conflict within ourselves, we're going to have conflict with other people. So if you're avoiding having the conflict with yourself or avoiding the conflict that you already know exists within yourself, I can imagine that you're probably avoiding the conflict with other people. So how about you take some time and sit down with yourself and go ahead and address the conflict that you're having. Address the conflict between yourself, your inner self, and your outer self. The real you and your ego. What is the conflict here? Was there even a conflict? Or was there just a misunderstanding of Persephone coming up missing? And the sirens just really recognizing that it wasn't their job to really find Persephone. It was really Persephone's job to find herself. Know that yourself and your inner self are in alignment. If you really get down to the core, they're really not at war. And even if they do, it's okay. And when anytime you find your outer self, your ego being in conflict with their spirit, we know follow spirit. Because ego operates out of fear. Ego is a maker, not a creator. And there is a difference. Look it up in the dictionary. I want to move on to this next card. The outcome, because I'm excited about it. The outcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, love bug. My love bug, I love you. Balance. Vishnu has come to let us know that the outcome of all of this is balance, that you will be in balance, that everything will be in balance. You just have to let go of some things. If you release that which no longer serves you, you will no longer be lopsided. Just imagine a weight. Or imagine even yourself and you carrying everything with one arm. You're carrying all your groceries with one arm and the other arm is free. What would happen if you just put a couple of bags in the other hand? Think about the pain that it would relieve out of the arm that was carrying the load. So just know that balance is what you are really seeking and you don't even know it. And it is the outcome that is awaiting you. So I want to encourage you to stop searching for perfection. Continue to have hope. Know that you are protected. Love bugs, I have enjoyed this reading with you. To get your own personal reading, please contact me. I'm available. You can contact me through Instagram. I am Mimi the Motivator. You can contact me through my website, mimithemotivator.com. But find me and let's get you a personal reading so you can know what's going on with you by yourself. The gods and the goddesses are here to support you because they are you. I am Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator. I hope that you will be joining us this month for the full moon circle of moon meditation magic. It's going down this full moon. You want to be there 5:55 Central Time. Look for us on Eventbrite or look for the link somewhere around this video. I love you.